All right, this year's televised games, ABC, ESPN, etc., are averaging 1.32 million viewers, nearly triple last season's average of 462,000.
Triple. I bet you the guy that did this stat couldn't even do the math to say what percentage that was. He goes, I don't know how big a percent that is. Let's just say it's 3 times as large. That's easier to do.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is insane.
And quite frankly, if they didn't do the 3 times as large, I'm not very good at math, and he just gave me the numbers, I would have lost the important part of that. But now that, to simplify it, saying triple,
yeah.
I mean,
Can you
it's astronomical.
Can you imagine a TV show if it doubled? Like the shows we have watched that we enjoy. Can you imagine if we read, oh yeah, the next season doubled the viewership? We'd be like, holy shit,
Yep.
What happened?
Yeah.
Like what the heck happened that it doubled?
Yep.
She tripled it just by showing up.
Correct.
She hasn't even played a season yet, and she tripled the viewership.
It's unbelievable. All right, another fact. The WNBA countdown is averaging 741,000 viewers, a 211% increase from last year's full season average.
So now our guy or girl figured out how to do percentage
Yeah.
and goes from triple to 211%. Once again, I can't give you the definition of how many 211% is in actual numbers. I just know that's a huge freaking increase in viewership.
I'm going to say it this way. If last year I ate a pizza,
and the next year you eat 211% of that pizza,
Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking pizza.
I've increased my pizza consumption
by
by a lot.
And all the pizza places should be praising you
Absolutely.
for all their pizza sales because you're increasing it.
I agree. All right, next one. The WNBA online merchandise store has already set a single season sales record with 4+ month
In season.
and sales are up 756% compared to last year.
You almost got anybody else you would say that's a typo.
You'd
be like, you know what? That's 7.56%. But no, it's Caitlyn Clark. It's 756% increase compared to last year.
Do I need to use my pizza analogy on this one?
I don't think the pizza analogy can do it. There's only 8 slices in the pizza. The pizza's at 8 to 12,
Okay.
depending on the pie or tray like out east. And I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You got a tray with 12 pieces. I don't know how we go from 12 to 756%.
No, I just keep
crazy.
adding more pizzas on after that. So I had one. Now I'm just going to add.
We can add 7.56 pizzas and be like, that's if we multiplied it out times 100, that's 756. I don't know, but crazy.
It's embarrassing, I think, for the WNBA.
It is.
I'm embarrassed for you.
To hear
As a guy who's not a fan, I'm embarrassed for you. I don't even know who you are.
To hear these numbers and to not be like, listen, we need to call her in and apologize and set everybody straight and be like, everybody shut the fuck up about her. Be as physical as you want on the court, but you shut up in interviews.
And especially
because she's our leader.
Be physical on the court within the rules of the game.
Yes.
And call the fucking flagrant fouls what they are.
Yes.
Like, what is that crap?
Yeah. Exactly. Because we'll hit on that really quick. And I know you got 2 more to finish that up. But the fouls. So me and you know, and like you hit the big point inside the game, inside the rules of the game. There are girls, and everybody in basketball at every level, everybody flops.
Yep.
It's dependent on the extent. You have LeBron that flops the most
all the time.
He's like a rag doll.
He's like a European soccer player.
Exactly. Yeah.
Seriously.
He trips over his own.
Yeah.
He'll trip over the bow and his bow tie on his shoe. But so he flops all the time. But everybody flops at some point. But yes, the flagrant fouls on her that the refs are like,
oh,
whatever. It's
foul.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, part of the game.
It's like, are you shitting me? Like it almost reminded me, and I challenge any of our viewers that think we're wrong, go back and watch Jordan in his first 4 to 5 years in the NBA. Not at the end when he was winning all the championships. The first 4 to 5 years. And if you really want to get crazy, watch the Pistons game.
The Pistons game
against
with Phil
the Bulls.
Lambier and Isaiah Thomas.
The Jordan rule.
Yep.
If he comes in the lane, they go, and I watched Isaiah Thomas say it the other night on an interview. They go, if he goes in the air, it's over. He's Magic Man in the air. He can do whatever he wants. But if he's on the ground, foul the hell out of him.
Play him out.
If he comes down, you put him on the ground.
Yep.
Even Rodman, who played with him, was like, Jordan rules. He comes down the middle, put him down. And there's video. It's not like it was talk.
Right.
And me and you both know there's a difference between. And hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to my buddy Sean. There's talkers and there's doers. There's people that talk about putting people down, and then people like the Pistons. They put Jordan down every time he came in the lane, and he still had success.
Yep. And by the way, in my opinion, the GOAT of
100%. It's not even if. Just we don't want to go down another rabbit hole.
I'm going to open this one up because I know how passionate you are about it.
We don't want to go down another rabbit hole, but there's no question about Jordan being the GOAT.
Correct. All right. Let me see. The WNBA's social channel garnered 157 million video views through the first week of the season, an all-time high, up 380% compared to last year. We're just going to keep on triple and double and quadruple. I'm not sure what comes after quad.
They're insane. I mean, any other business, it's stupid how much this increase is. Every single stat we read is just like astronomical.
I mean, it's just.
And to think, like when all this stuff here, to me, yes, it's about, when you own a business, it's about sales, it's about winning, it's about this and that. But when it comes to a sport, me and you both know, it's not only about what you're doing now, it's about what you're doing for the next generation.
Correct.
This is convincing girls that are little girls that are 5-year-old to 10-year-old to 15-year-old that she did it, you could do it.
But now let me ask you this. I'll play the devil's advocate. Now we're watching how poorly she's being treated. If I'm a little girl, I'm like, maybe I don't want to go.
Yeah, but
in the WNBA because look at all the hard time and bullshit they're feeding her all the time. Like,
true.
I don't know.
And I hear you, and it is tough, but at the same time too, like me and you had different paths to get to Wisconsin, but like my path, but we had similar paths at Wisconsin where we were told in the media all the time, like, we're inexperienced, we're not good, we're failing, we're doing this. That was my path to Wisconsin. Like, you're not tall enough. You're not big enough. You're not fast enough. I was always hearing negative stuff. If you're an athlete and you want to be a good athlete, you have to put blinders on because it doesn't matter who and like we're talking about Caitlyn Clark just because she's the hottest and biggest thing out there right now. But every athlete gets negativity. I don't care who you are. So to me, it's like if you're a little girl or a little boy looking to play sports, that's something that's no matter what you do in life, you're going to hear negativity.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, and kids, I don't think hear it enough until they probably get out of college and go for their first job interview that they don't get, and somebody says you're not good enough. What? I think that's the first time they get told no.
How can you say I'm not good enough? My mom said I was special.
I know, and I think that's what is too much. The participation awards, me and you talk about that all the time, which is bullshit. The parents saying you're the best. You're number one. You're the best basketball. You're the best guy on the team. You're the best this on the team. You're the best that. No, like me and you have talked about the way our parents treated us. I've said all the time, anytime, and I didn't complain about shit. But if I did, I said to you once, I think early on in the show, I was talking at a athletic department meeting at a school with parents and students, and I called my mom on the cell phone, and I had the cell phone up to the mic like this. And I asked my mom, I said, hey, she answered the phone, thank God. And I go, hey, Mom, got one quick question. I'm doing a speech. If I complain to you why I'm not starting or not getting enough play time or not playing the right position, what would you tell me? And I held the mic like this and stood back. And she said, out of the phone, and the mic picked it up, shut up and work harder.
There you go.
And I go, fuck it. I go, thanks, Mom. Call you later. Click. I go, that's what my mom would have said to me 30 years ago. That's what she says to me tonight. That's what you need to tell your kids today. Shut up and work harder. Enough parents don't do it.
I like that. I think at Wisconsin locker room they have nobody cares, work harder.
Yes.
Another great saying. I love that saying. I think it's phenomenal. Yep. Cabin Coffee Altoona, located at 2922 Meadowlark Lane in Altoona, Wisconsin. Hey, folks, we are a roastery. We buy our beans green from all over the world and roast right here on site. It's better than the stale, burnt, brown flavor water that you're used to. So stop on by.
It's one of those, like, similar to, like, what is the whole, like, what have you done for me lately type deal?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you bring to me. Shut up.
Yeah.
Go work hard.
Yep.
Like, I don't care if you did that or you won that game. Like, just the way we were, like, we talk about it all the time. We talked about, and this was one thing we talked about with Dave, was the reason, at least I believe, and I think we believe, the reason we were so successful at Wisconsin was we never realized our success.
Right.
Like, we realized it later on as we became adults, as we became husbands and fathers and family men, when we got a chance to sit down and relax. We're watching football on TV, and then you think in your head, like, wait a second, like, we were a part of history.
Right.
Like, we did this. We were a part of a Heisman. We were a part of Rose Bowls. This, that, and you start, like, just being like, now I could absorb it and say, yeah, I really did that.
But that came back to our coaches. They didn't let us get a damn big head.
Absolutely.
Because we still watched film. You still got tore up on every practice, every film session. You're not good enough. Who taught you this? Who taught you this? You can't play here. You're going, I've been playing here.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, like, to both of our points, if we didn't have that,
I agree.
We would have gone down that mindset of, we are champions.
Right.
We did get a high. Like, imagine if they let us assume when Ron won the Heisman, and Ron didn't redshirt, so he started. You and Ron all came in '96. Ron didn't redshirt, just so the audience knows. So essentially, when Ron broke the record, he was a senior while we were still considered juniors because we redshirted. When Ron left, us as linemen all could have been like, "Oh, screw us! We just got a Heisman."
Right.
But no, we had a new running back coming in, and we had Michael Bennett coming in. Even ended up being a first-round draft pick, really good running back, really good NFL player. But at the time, was new, was running into our backs, didn't know the system, didn't know timing, and we got yelled at like it was day one. What are you doing? Why is the hole closing so quick? Why are you shortening that step? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you? Like, we never got a chance to rest on our laurels, which I think that's the way players have to be coached, especially for us. That's the way we had to be coached. Otherwise, we would have been those guys. We would have been like, no, we're the best. Look, we're in this magazine. We're in that newspaper. I mean, think about the stuff that, like, I look back to think, if we had social media back then, I think we would have known so much more that was talked about us in the praise. But, like, I remember going home in the off seasons, and, like, my cousins even would tell me, like, oh, you were on ESPN. They were saying you were the number one. Like, you guys as an offensive line unit are the number one line in the country. And I'm just like, did they really say that? Like, I didn't hear it. Like, Coach Huber says I got to work on my 6-inch step. Like, I don't know if we're the best. Like, we're getting better, but
as a matter of fact, he told me I should go find a good trade school because I'm never going to play here. And I'm like,
exactly.
What?
You could be starting for 2 years. Like, do you have a place to live next year? Because you might not be going to school here. Like, you might want to put in a transcript somewhere else.
Oh, I agree 100%. It's crazy.
Did we hit the last one?
I think so, but I mean, at this point,
well, whatever. It's another huge
number.
Stat.
Okay, I'll read it just in case I did.
Sounds
WNBA has set an all-time high for League Pass subscriptions last month with 355% increase versus last season, Bill.
So it probably went from like 10 to 3,000.
Yeah.
Because who was paying for the League Pass before Caitlyn Clark? And now they're paying.
If I was in the WNBA, my mother. That's about all I can think of.
I know Mr. Grabowski would do it. Yeah. Huh. But it is. So we're about to wrap up Caitlyn Clark here. But this is just absolutely. It's mind-blowing the way the world, the country, everybody is treating her. And it's just. I don't know.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, and again, us playing at the level we played at, you playing in the pros, like these are females in the pro. These are women basketball players that are pro. You play in the pros.
Yeah.
The amount, again, your ego, your emotions, you're just immature.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up.
Yep.
Seriously. Hey, Mom, sorry I swore, but I don't know how else to say it.
He's still less F words than me. So
yes, there you go.
Yeah, you got to grow up. You got to embrace it. If you want the sport to succeed and move forward, you have to embrace her. You have to embrace her, support her, treat her like a bastard on the floor.
Yeah.
Within the rules of the game. but you need to embrace her after that game's over with. And I'm not saying shake her hand and thank her for being a part of it, but you need to be grateful that she's bringing viewers. She's got 2 fat O-linemen seeing highlights of WNBA and talking about it because how good she is, not because of any other player in the WNBA. If it wasn't for her, the initials would never come out of our mouth.
And I can tell you, you hit the nail on the head. I have never uttered a word about the WNBA in my freaking life, and it's been around for I don't know how many years, 20 years or so.
We don't even know.
I don't even know who the fucking who's hosting these teams. I have no idea what cities are. I don't know, but I can tell you what. I know the Indiana Fever now. So, and other than that,
and I know the best 3-point shooter in the world.
Yep.
I mean, hands down, the world.
Yep.
Best 3-point shooter.
Correct.
I mean, guys talk about Steph Curry and this and that. Steph doesn't do what she does.
Right.
And 2 different sports, men versus female. Correct. They're different, but he doesn't do what she does. He doesn't do he'll shoot when he shoots a logo 3. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, he shot it from the logo." She does it like it's a layup.
Yep. Or a free throw.
Yeah, I'm just looking at her like, what are you like? You could have gone 10 more feet. Yeah. Why did you shoot it from all the way back there?
Because I'm comfortable.
She's just like, that's where I shoot it from. Like,
so
whatever. So so that's Caitlyn Clark.
I may go out and buy my first WNBA jersey.
Oh Lord, if we show up next time we air,
I hope they have plus size, and that's a 3 extra large tall, please. Hopefully, I can find one of those. But
are we going black sleeves underneath, or are we going skin to win?
Well, I'll do it skin to
win. How
about
if she's on the show, we go skin to win? So, Caitlyn, if you come on, we'll go your jersey, skin to win. If she's not, maybe if we get a jersey, we'll go with the sleeves.
Put the sleeves on.
You got to.
100%,
because you got that shoulder pad.
Yeah.
That little fat lip there. Yeah. Nobody needs it.
It's like how do you call that?
Well, we're getting back to the bra talk now, so be careful. It's sensitive.
It's like the upper muffin top. A little bit.
Yes. A little bit. A little bit. All right. Well, that's wrapping up Caitlyn Clark. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back.
Cabin Coffee is our sponsor. 217 is brought to you by Cabin Coffee. Located at 2922 Meadowlark Lane. Hey, Bill.
Located in Altoona, Wisconsin.
Okay, how good are you? What's the zip code?
54720.
Nope, close. 54720. So there you go. And also brought to you by
Pizza Del Rey out of Eau Claire, our Wisconsin's favorite pizza in the state, and we'll defend it like our quarterback.
Absolutely, or our running back when we're doing pancake.
Because we run more than throw.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Tune in next time.
Take care, folks.
Thank you for listening to Joe and I today. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. If you like what you heard, please give 217 South Mills a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Go tell your friends about us. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube.
I'd like to thank Cabin Coffee Altoona for sponsoring us. Everything is always better at the cabin. See you next time. And remember, folks, Red has to run.